One's meant to talk. Yes, yes. Now look, the number one dream killer. The number one dream killer is reality. That's right. That's why we have it on the screen. The number one dream killer is reality. Reality is because it's always about logical. It's always about what we can do. Reality is going to tell you all the things and the reasons why something can't happen. That's going to tell you why your dreams cannot happen. Reality is the number one dream killer of all time. That's it. Reality. The more realistic you become, the more you're not dreaming big. The more you're not dreaming big, the more reality starts to settle in. The more you listen to reality, the more you listen to that non-voice, but what the world looks like, is the more that things start to work out in a way that look more realistic. The more realistic your life is, the further away from your dreams you are. Again, the more realistic your life is, the further away from your dreams you are. Now here's what we're going to do. We're going to show you how to defeat the reality monster. Yeah, I just said it. You're going to have to defeat that reality monster. It's going to be a daily battle, but we're going to help you. We got the tools right here. Number one, we need to first get back to your pure dreams. Pure dreams. Start thinking big again. Start thinking big again. Yes, think impossible dreams. See, the reason why that you might have some goals that maybe you didn't really accomplish or you didn't continue to keep pushing forward is because they're not big enough. How do I know that? Because I'm speaking from experience. I used to write dreams, I used to write goals, but they weren't big enough. Now they were bigger than my current circumstances, yeah, but they weren't large enough for me. It didn't muster up enough for me to go after it. I might have got started on the dream. I might have got started on chasing that goal, that vision. But then after a few months or a couple weeks or whatever that amount of time that was, it was like it would lose steam. You finding yourself losing steam? I can assure you, the number one killer is reality. And the number one reason why your dreams are not coming to is because they're not big enough. Because you're using reality to tell you what you can't do. Because that's what reality is. Reality is going to tell you a lot. In fact, reality is a lie. Reality is the biggest lie we can always tell ourselves. And we repeat it to ourselves over and over and over. In fact, I think this is from the Third Reich. They said if you repeat a lie long enough, you'll start to believe it. That's what reality is if your dreams aren't pure. Reality is the lie you keep telling yourself over and over and over. Why I can't, why I can't, why I can't. You know what separates successful people from Joe Rogan to David Goggins to Elon Musk to myself? You know what that comes down to? Is we dream huge dreams. Yeah, forget about reality. No, I want impossible. What do Elon Musk wants to do? He wants to inhabit Mars. Yeah. Elon Musk wants to inhabit Mars. I bet if I talk to Musk right now, he probably already has a currency for Mars. Yeah, I bet there's a Mars token out there that Elon Musk developed. Okay? Does that seem realistic to you? Or is that huge? Does that seem realistic to you? Or is that huge? Would it be realistic for an engineer to become the number one car salesman of all time? You realize that? You realize that an engineer, and Elon Musk is the number one car salesman of all time. You realize that? Tesla will sell more vehicles than any single one car salesperson. Yeah, Tesla's coming after Ford. Tesla's coming after Chevrolet. And when it comes to the EV, as far as electric vehicles, Tesla's surpassed them. No one's going to catch Tesla anytime soon. You know why? Because when you have an innovator such as that, who's dreaming unrealistic, impossible, huge dreams, when you have an innovator who wants to go to Mars and inhabit it, what do you do with that? When you have an innovator who shot a rocket with their vehicle into space, what do you do with that? Like, how do you compete with that? You know what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to be more unrealistic than him and then go after it. But I'm trying to fire up you and I because I was right where you were. And then there was, speaking of Tesla, there was this man right here's quote that actually helped change my life. It was his quotes that helped change my life. He said something about thinking, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. He says to unlock the secrets of the universe, you got to think different. Don't think reality based on what we know. Think reality based on what? Frequency, energy, and vibration. Why? Because when you start to look at it like that, Now you start to see, wait a minute, there's a God in me. There's a God in me. It's a quieter voice I haven't been listening to as much, but that God in me is the one telling me to go bigger. That God in me is telling me that impossible is very possible. That God in me is telling me that that reality that you're listening to is the lie. That's the lie. That God in me is reminding me, like Roger Bannister. Remember the story of Roger Bannister? He broke the 4-minute mile, but before he done it, he ran a mile in 4 minutes, but before he done it, he was teaching all the specialists, all the scientists, the doctors, everyone, including professional athletes, saying it's impossible, impossible, impossible. You won't do it. You won't make it. Your body, your heart will give. You'll have it. You'll explode. And then what did he do? He broke the 4-minute mile. And guess what happened after him? Hundreds have done it. Thousands. Probably, they don't even, it's not even a big feat anymore. You might get an award in a high school now, but it's really not that big of a deal now because Roger Bannister made it possible. He says, that's impossible, then I'm going for it. He was thinking in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. That's what we have to do. So when you think in terms of energy, frequency, vibration, it unlocks the God in you. It unlocks that creator in you. And you say, wait a minute, I really am the creator of my world. Of my world, I'm the creator. And not only that, I'm the co-creator of the entire universe. Because by me creating my world, I'm also part of this universe. So it makes me a co-creator of the entire universe. So then all of a sudden I got a vested interest on what goes on around me. And not just around me, in the entire world. Then you start thinking of things like the butterfly effect and the ripple effect and the pebble in the water effect and all these different quantum theories and physics and spirituality just becomes so much realer to you. You start to look at certain things and you say, wait a minute, maybe that does have an effect. You start to understand that synchronicities are synchronicities and coincidences. There are no such thing as coincidences. There's no such thing as a chance encounter. Highly improbable, highly unlikely, but it's not a chance encounter. Meaning there's a meaning behind this. There's something deeper. I gotta think differently. I gotta think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. And then what happens is what? You start to realize, well, wait a minute, I gotta bring my vibration up. Yeah, because if I'm thinking too realistic, then guess what does that mean? I'm lying. I'm too low. I need to go higher. Why am I not accomplishing my goals? Because they're not big enough. Why am I not even don't even want to tell my dreams? Because it's not unrealistic enough. If your dreams are realistic, it's not big enough. That's number one thing. If your dream is not realistic, it ain't big enough. You need to go bigger, bro. Ma'am, sis, you need to go bigger. Huge dreams, giant dreams. Yeah, you need to go with giant dreams. Yeah, that's what you got to do. That will unlock not just the future of your life, but it's going to show you you're going to accomplish your dreams now. Woo-hoo-hoo! How would that feel? See, that's the first thing you got to do. Now, here's what you also got to do. You got to associate that feeling of what it's going to feel like when I accomplish that dream. You see what I mean? Not just think that of a great big dream, but now associate how you're going to feel and manifest that in your mind right now. Sit down and meditate right now and say, you know what? What's it like to think about what am I going to, like, how am I going to feel when I actually accomplish this huge dream? What is that huge dream for you? One of my huge dreams is this: have over 1 billion views on all my videos. Over 1 billion views on all my videos. There you go. I put it out there. I put it in the physical realm. Over 1 billion views on all my videos. Now, what's that going to feel like? Whoo. You know why it's going to be such a good feeling? Because it changed the world. Yeah, see, it's not about looking at my videos to see me. No, it's this information. Just imagine if 1 billion people was listening to this type of information. What would that do to their energy? I'm thinking in terms of, see how you got you? I'm thinking in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Imagine if 1 billion people were listening and thought on these type of terms. Imagine if 1 billion people took their dreams and they're no longer realistic, but had unrealistic dreams. You think we won't crack the code on the global warming? You think we won't crack the code on getting to Mars? You think we won't crack the code on poverty? You think we won't crack the code on world hunger? You think we won't crack the code on all these different type of social injustices going on and all these different ways of thinking? You think we won't crack that code? I promise you we will. Yes, and we're going to be alive to see it. Oh yeah. You know why? Because some of us already seen it. And now we're just waiting for it to manifest. And guess what? Actually, we're not waiting. I'm doing my part. This is my part in changing that. This is my part in changing that. And you know what you can do to change that as well? You can hit the like right now. Yep, you can hit the like, share, and subscribe. Absolutely. And you can drop a comment to me. That's what you can do to change it. That right there alone will show you that you're in part of this, that you're already big and dreaming bigger dreams. You're already dreaming huger. And you took action, you put something behind it, and you should feel good after you do that. After you hit the like, share, subscribe, you should feel great to yourself. Pat yourself on the back, because you just was a part of something that's going to change the world, and it already has. Man, that's fantastic, ain't it? It's a good feeling, ain't it? Associate that with pleasure. Associate what you're going to feel like. So you got to change your relationship. Change your relationships. How is that going to feel when you hit your dreams? Isn't it going to be such a great feeling? My goodness, I bet you can't wait to go think of your dream right now, right? Can't you? You can't wait to go find a quiet place right now. Matter of fact, go do that. Go ahead, stop watching this now. Go ahead, sit down and think about your dreams and think of them to be huger than what you ever thought. Go ahead and do that right now. Don't even wait. Go ahead and sit and just think about dreams that you've had and make them huger. Get rid of reality. Throw out all those other dreams that were realistic. Those are trash. Yeah, forget about those dreams. Those are trash dreams. Those were lies. Yeah, because the reality of the situation is you lied to yourself. But that's all right. Now you got it back. Yeah, forget about logic. Forget about reality. Forget about all that. Those are trash. Those are dream killers. We're not in for that. We're going for unrealistic, huge dreams. And that's what we're doing right now. Woo!